Hi, everybody. Welcome to Birdie in the Books. I am Birdie in the Books, aka Alicia, so you can call me Birdie or Alicia. I answer to either. This is my weekly wrap up and kind of catch all. I talk about what I'm reading, what I did read, and things that you should expect on my channel. Um, I would like to start with an announcement. We had to move the Kitty Couture discussions. Um, we don't have a date yet, a rescheduled date for them because Julie is having some personal things. So I told her not to stress out about it. So we'll have them when things calm down. We're definitely still going to have them. I just don't know when. Um, but I wanted to start with that because I know a lot of people that watch my channel were looking forward to that. So, but it will happen. It's just not going to happen as soon as we thought. So, getting to the books that I finished this week. This week has been a good week reading wise. Um, I finished 3 things this week. I don't know how that happened. I guess I got my reading mojo back. I don't know. But I finished 3 things and 2 of them were 5 stars, which doesn't happen that often. The first one that I finished was I'll Be Your Huckleberry by Val Kilmer, memoir. I've had this since the week it was published, but I haven't picked it up. Story of a Bookworm. Since he passed last week, I figured I should pick it up, and I enjoyed it a lot. Not just because I had the biggest crush on him when I was growing up, but I really enjoyed it. And there, in between the chapters, are sections of his poetry that he's written throughout his life, which I thought was very, very interesting. Um, the one thing I really did like about this is it's not like a lot of other memoirs or biographies where they just put a bunch of photos in the middle with that like glossy photography paper. Um, it's periodically throughout the book. Let me find a good one that's not gonna be anything that'll get me demonetized or kicked off the internet. Hold on. Yeah. So it's just like black and white photos. I prefer this than the glob in the middle of the book of just random photos that don't make sense. Because they talk about the photos right when they come in because they're part of the story. There are so many things that I did not know about this man, like how much money he actually donated to different charities, even after his untimely death. He's just fascinating. And yes, I know I was in love with him as a child. He was my celebrity crush as a kid, but I just love him more after reading this. But this was 5 stars. I usually don't, or I have a hard time rating memoirs, I guess. Um, I don't know, but I just had such a good time with this. Like, but a lot of his films I grew up with as well, so I feel like that helps. 5 stars. And my other 5 star, I, okay. I read this all in one day. I wasn't planning on doing that, and then my friend Bree at the Locked Book Kitchen, who she'll be linked down below, um, asked me to be part of her Patreon sprints where we were gonna read this, and we ended up reading it all in one night. Like I stayed up all night. I think I went to bed around 7 a.m. and read this book. Oh my god, this so good. this has got to be like top favorite of the year for sure. It's so good. It's just, I don't even want to tell you what it's all about because I don't want to give it away, but it's just, it's fascinating. It's historical because it's based in 1912 and it goes back and forth between 1912 and as present day as possible 2013. um and the character, what is her name? I don't remember her name, but she finds letters written by her great 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 grandfather, who was a pastor, and her dealings with an indigenous man who was very mysterious. And that's all I really want to say because I feel like people should read it. And if you're an audiobook person, I highly recommend the audiobook because Stephen Graham Jones always makes sure that he has indigenous audiobook narrators, so the pronunciation is correct and the dialogue is correct when you go into different indigenous languages. But I highly recommend, like, I read this all in one day. I have not done that since I was a teenager, probably. This was so good. Highly recommend. Another 5-star. And thank you, Bree, for asking me to be part of your Patreon sprints for reading this. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And I know she was working on content. So once that becomes available, I will link that down below because I'm featured in some of her content because we were talking about the book while she was filming content as well. But it's a Stephen Graham Jones. I'm never not gonna like it, but this has gone up in my top 5 for Stephen Graham Jones for sure. Absolutely. And the other book that I had finished this week was a novella. I got the audiobook from my library. Um, Another author that I really, really enjoy, um, Peter Deli Clark. I read I guess you would call it yeah, it's 96 pages, so a novella. Um, The Haunting of Tramcar 015. Um, and let me preface this by saying I haven't read The Master of Jin yet. For some reason, my library had the novella become available first before I didn't realize the book came before the novella. I thought the opposite, but that's okay. I'm still gonna read it. The Dead Jin in Cairo. I enjoyed it. I kind of wish it was longer, and I gave that somewhere between a 3 and a 4, like a 3.75 ish. Not a bad reading week. I'm not complaining, but there's a huge stack that I am currently reading right now. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay. I was just making sure my internet wasn't cutting out. That's always like my biggest fear. But now we get to go to the favorite part of what I'm currently reading. Some of them I don't own physically. I have them on ebook and audio. This one I do own physically. I'm really excited for this one. It's called Red Rabbit. Uh, Wanted for Witchcraft, Dead or Alive. That is the tagline on the front of the book. I kind of prefer to go into horror not knowing much. All I know is it's a bloody horror western, and say less. Like I'm in. You don't have to say anymore. I'm totally in. I grew up on westerns. I love it. Um, this is on recommendation of a friend of mine. So I'm really, really excited. That's Red Rabbit. And I just like the cover. The cover's spooky as hell, and I love it. This one I'm trying to read before it actually comes out because the author lovingly sent me a ARC copy of it, and it is the fourth book in her Teacher's Project series. It's a Harlequin heartwarming, Her Secret Homecoming by Anna Grace, and it's book 4 in her Teacher's Project series. But the lovely part about Harlequin is you can read them out of order. So I've read them in order, just that's how it happened. But like that is what I love about Harlequin is you can read them out of order, and it still makes sense. So I'm really, really excited for this one. I think this is the end of the series. I think. I'm not 100% sure. What are the other two are what I don't own physically. I want to make sure I get the names correct. Bear with me 1 second. My internet's being really slow today. So, okay. First one is it's a nonfiction. Matilda Empress Queen Warrior, The English Monarchs, by Catherine Henley. And I'm reading this for a discussion on my friend Amanda's channel, who is also linked down below. Anybody I discuss in any of these videos will be linked down below. Yeah, I was asked last month to be part of this, and I think the discussion will be on the 26th of April in the afternoon, which is a Saturday, I believe. And the only other book that I am working on right now is make sure I get this correctly. Wooing the Witch Queen by Stephanie Burgess. And this is for a book club, a private book club that I'm a part of with my other friend Amanda. Two Amandas discussed in this video. Amanda, the Naughty Librarian. We are reading that for her book club. And I think I'm on chapter 7, so I just started this today. It just seems like fun. And one of the first words in the description is gas lamp, and it's all about a witch queen who likes to protect her kingdom. I'm totally down for like a badass woman. So that is what I'm working on this week. Videos coming on my channel. Again, I always do the weekly reader or the weekly updates. Sorry. Ouch. But there is more content coming. I am working on. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? Are you feeling any better? I know you were sick when we were talking the other day. But we got a camera, so I'm gonna be messing with that and seeing how that works. Yeah, but again, I will be doing the Kitty Couture series by Julie Chase, aka Julie Hatcher. At some point, we're just not sure when because life is lifing at the moment. So, yay! I'm so happy because I know you've been sick for a while. Yay! What are you reading, Bonnie? Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm kind of just leaning into it with what I'm reading. I wasn't planning on picking up a nonfiction last week, but with everything happening. Ooh, how is that? I've always loved the cover. I love a good buddy read. We have to do a buddy read. We haven't done a buddy read in a very long time. At some point. I love the cover of that. I hope it's really good. Yeah, I'm definitely low lights today. I'm fighting a migraine, so I was debating on turning on my lights, and I'm like, no, I'm not fighting with it today. I'm not fighting with the lights today. Yeah. I know it's a shorter video than I'm used to doing, but that's okay. It's good to switch it up every once in a while. And I've just been like a reading machine lately. I don't know why this week specifically. I finished 3 books and I'm just like, how? How have I finished 3 books? Well, technically 4, but I haven't written my review for one, so I don't want to talk about it yet. And I'm hoping next week that I can take some books to the used bookstore and do some used bookstore shopping. Yes. Ooh, you're continuing that El Penelope series? I need to pick that one up because I love her writing. I, I love a good buddy read. We'll have to find something to buddy read together. God knows we probably own all the same books. You should be getting something in the mail, by the way, next week. I know it's late, but it still counts because it's your birthday month. So it still counts. That's what I say. But I'm really excited to get to this like Western horror. I'm really excited. This is the one I'm most excited for this week, I think. But I've just been in good reading mojo. Like everything I'm reading, I'm loving, which doesn't happen that much. I'll definitely look through my shelves this week and we'll figure something out for sure. Because we haven't buddy read in a long time. Life gets in the way. But this I just have a feeling is going to be spooky as hell. I actually want you to read this, Bonnie. I think you'll like it. Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. It's a period piece. It's all a lot of it's written in letters, and it is also indigenous vampires. Like it's so good. It's so good. I know you know he's one of my favorites, but I think he's just he's just great with this. He was, as people say, he knew what he was doing. Like my God, I finished it all in one day. It's nuts. I stayed up till 7 a.m. to finish it. I don't know. It's Western, but not really Western. Like it's based in like a Western genre, but like it's so good. And I don't want to say much on here because I can give a lot away, and I don't want to. I want people to read it. But yeah, um, that's it for this week. Some good new stuff is coming this week. Coming up. I'm finishing 2 books for book clubs, and the other book, the nonfiction, for a discussion. So I'm really, really excited, and hopefully I'll be back next week to talk everybody's ear off. Thank you for watching live in the comments, and thank you for anybody watching after the fact. Thank you, Mani, for being here. And if you just want to let me know you were here, put a Western emoji, like a hat, like a boot, something, because for some reason this week Westerns have been my jam. So let's try that. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. See you next weekend. Bye.